Hello, welcome to my inactive YouTube channel. This is going to be the video where I try to redeem myself because I don't upload, so here. Please note I am going to go off of the Monster High website, you know, the little part where it has all the characters and yeah. I'll probably add in Ari Hauntington just because... So I guess we're gonna just go right to it. This is how I think the Monster High characters would be like if they were to transfer to Ever After High. So first we're gonna start with Cleo, because if I didn't start with her, I'd have to like rethink life, because she's like my absolute favorite. So we're gonna start with her. So first off, she's one of the very powerful characters at Monster High. You know, like she's a little narcissistic. It's because that she knows her worth, because she's an absolute queen and we stan. So I think if she was ever to transfer to Ever After High, they are not ready. They're not ready for that power. Cleo De Nile is a queen. If she were to meet all the other queens or like princesses in Ever After High, like they're not ready for it. They're not ready for that power. I mean, because when Mattel made Ever After High, it's like completely different from Monster High because it's more of a soft kind of show. So if Cleo was ever to transfer to Ever After High, I do not think that they are going to be ready for her power. She's just too perfect. So on a rating, I would give her 1 out of 10 just because she doesn't belong there. Next person is gonna be Clawdeen. Also, they're not ready for her. They're not ready for her either, but I think she'd kind of get along with some of the people. Like, for example, I think she'd be really good friends with Cerise, like kind of just because she's a wolf, and Ashlyn and Lizzie, because they are the two designers there, and if they combine their powers, they can be like the best designers in the universe, and I'm totally on board with that. I would give her a 6 out of 10 that she'd be able to survive in the Ever After High universe, so, and also lesbian icon. Next, we're gonna have Frankie Stein. Frankie Stein, she's more of the like new girl type vibes, but she's like learning stuff, you know, I don't know. I think she'd be kind of good friends with Raven. She's kind of like Raven, like only because she's just trying something new, and like everybody kind of likes Frankie, some don't. I'm okay in the fence with her. I mean, she's not so bad, but she's not so good. She's kind of annoying, but other times she's like bad, and we love to see it. I'd give her 7 out of 10 that she'd be able to survive here because she's sweet, and she'll probably be able to be friends with all the other people. Next we have Draculaura. Draculaura is a sweetheart and total baby. I think she'd absolutely be able to be at Ever After High just because some of the people are totally into shopping and shoes and stuff, and she'd totally be friends with everyone. Like, Ever After High is a baby show, very soft, and Draculaura is a soft baby. And some of the people, they have like a bad side, and also Draculaura. I think she'd do absolutely well, so I'm gonna give her a 9 out of 10. Or no, I'll give her an 8.5. 8.5 out of 10. Next, we have Lagoona. Lagoona is the absolute best. Like, nothing is wrong with her, only that... there's nothing wrong with her. Like, when I saw her in the first episode, she's like cheering some random girl up, which is Frankie, and she's just like, it's okay, you're not doing anything wrong, and she's just comforting her, and like, she'd be an excellent therapist, and I would totally be down to hire her to fix all my problems. She'd be really sweet to everyone. She would be like Farah Godmother, Farah God Fairy, that girl, yeah, and Michelle. They're sweethearts. I love them. So I think she'd go well with them because they're all sweethearts and they deserve the best. Anyways, now we're gonna go down the list of the Monster High websites. So I'm not gonna include all of them because some of the characters, like Amanita Nightshade, oh my gosh, I absolutely hate her. She might look good. Okay, I'll give her a chance. She looks good, but I hate her. Anyways, but I'm not going to include some of the characters like her because like they only showed up in a webisode like 2 times and left. So I'm only going to do some of the characters you see more. Yeah, it's kind of like that. We're going to go off of Abby Abominable. Oh my gosh, she seems like a bi icon. That's just how I feel about her. She's just very straightforward. I think she'd kind of be friends with Lizzie because I don't know, like, she seems harsh, but she means so well. So I think she'd be kind of like on the same level as Lizzie. And Abby, I think she'd be really sweet with everybody. Like, she's very optimistic sometimes, and she's an absolute sweetheart. So we're gonna allow her. I think she'd do a pretty okay job at Ever After High. I'm going to give her like a 6.5 out of 10. And that's, yeah, a 6.5 out of 10. I'm going to include this reboot character just because I don't really like the reboot. There's only one thing I like about the reboot, and I'll probably just do a video off of that later on. But this one's Ari Huntington. I honestly don't know how she'd react when I saw her at the reboot movie. Like, why is she scared of a monster when she's a monster too? Like, for what? Like, what? That makes no sense. So I don't know about her. But other than that, she's kind of a sweetheart. She's a bit of a sweetheart, so we're gonna allow it. I'm gonna give her a 5 out of 10. I'd probably give her more, but I don't know her very well. We haven't seen a lot of her. We only seen her in the 2 movies and like a couple episodes, but we don't really know her. So yeah, we're gonna go next. So I'm gonna do some of the hybrids. I do not know a lot about Avia Trotter, you know, so I don't know much about her, but I do like Bonita. Bonita is an absolute sweetheart. I love her so much. I think she'd do really well. I'm gonna go with Bonita. She's gonna do really well. She's kind of like Michelle. She's a little clumsy and she's a little shy, but she's so sweet and she's so beautiful and I love her. So for Bonita, I'm gonna give her a 7.5 out of 10 that she'd be able to survive in Ever After High. Next, we're gonna have Katrine. I think that's how you pronounce her name. If I do it wrong, I'm so sorry. Please don't attack me in the comments, even though I think that you probably will. Anyways, I haven't seen her that much. I think she's only gonna be there just to go in the forest and draw all the pretty plants and stuff. You know, yeah, that's all. I won't give her a rating because I absolutely don't know all about her. We don't see her that much, but French excellence. Now we're gonna go to Catty Noir. Okay. This one was kind of a little hard for me because we don't really see a lot of the famous people in Ever After High, only like Melody Piper, you know, to DJ and stuff. Catty Noir, she's so sweet. I just feel like she would kind of fit in, and I think people would love her. Her voice is absolutely stunning. I love her music. Also, Boo York was absolutely top notch. It's the best movie, and any other Monster High movie that you think is better, no, it's Boo York. Boo York is the superior movie, and any other opinion is wrong. I'm going to give her a 7. No, like an 8. No, like a 7.5. A 7.5. I'm doing a lot of halves because I'm just like kind of on the fence for some of them, but it's okay. Claude Wolf. Okay, I absolutely love him. I think he'd like totally fit in with the guys because he's just a jock and he's smart. He'd just be like a regular guy that everybody loves. So I'm gonna give him like a 9 out of 10. Next, we have my second favorite character of all of them is Deuce. He's my absolute husband. If you think he's your husband, absolutely not. I loved him with all my heart. I loved him when he walked through the screen. I loved him when I was like a child. I love him so much. Just everything about him. He makes me do the Debbie Ryan. Now, okay, for Deuce, he's the absolute chillest. Is that a word? He's the most chill guy there. Okay, I'm gonna change it to that. He's the most chill guy at Monster High. Hey, that kind of rhymes. Okay, we're gonna stop doing that. So I think he'd like totally be okay with it. Of course, he's friends with Claude, and he's also a jock, and I think he just kind of fit in. I think he'd like be friends with Sparrow, kind of calm him down a bit because he's a little too over the top. But also, we love Sparrow, so we're not gonna, you know. And I think he'd make so much more friends. Like, why do we not like appreciate him more? He's like best boy, I promise you. You guys just can't see it. And like, until you figure that out, don't be running to me and crying that I was right. I know that I only said that I'm going to go off the characters that have more screen time, but Garrett, come on now. I mean, you might think that he was the stereotypical French boy, but oh my gosh, he could get some ladies. I don't know why. I absolutely do know why. You know why? Because I love French guys. They know how to dress. Their accent is absolutely it just reels you in. Come on now. He would get as much, maybe not as much, but just as much love as daring. So I'm just gonna give him props for that. But he's with Rochelle, so it makes the other girls a little bit jealous. I just think people would simp for him because that's what I do all the time. And for Garrett, I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10. Julia yelps. Don't know what she says, but she is a queen. Without her, some of the movies might not even survive. In Freaky Fusion, without her help, they couldn't have gotten out. Without Boo York, I don't know, they couldn't have gotten hit by a comic and die. Just like, she's so smart and she could totally help with everybody. I think she'd be friends with Humpty Dumpty. If the evil queen comes, nah, she's gonna fix that. She doesn't need any powers. She's gonna fix that. So I'll give her a 9. I'll give her a 9 out of 10. G Grant, oh my gosh, I absolutely love her. In 13 Wishes, she snapped. She just owned the movie. And when she came back for a webisode one time, she killed it. She kind of be like Farrah. I think she'd be friends with a lot more, like Ashlyn. And you know, she just have so much fun. Ooh, maybe like Farrah and Gigi could like switch wishes if they ever need anything. So, oh, that's kind of smart. For Gigi, I would give her an 8 out of 10. Next we have Gil. Okay, Gil, if he was ever in Monster High, I just think he'd be kind of sad because if they were ever to follow a destiny, Gil would be so pressured to do that. Escape from School Shores, he literally ran after his girlfriend got kidnapped. Like, excuse me? You're not gonna save her? I think she was screaming for help and like he just ran away. I mean, he did come back with Lagoona's family or some other sea creatures and save the day, but still, it took him a while to even think of that idea to bring the family and save them. He was just scared the entire time. So, I mean, kind of man up. He'd be like all the other characters trying to follow their destiny and not wanting to follow their destiny. So I just have a little bit mixed feelings for him. I don't know if he'd be able to handle the pressure. So we're just gonna give him a 5 out of 10 because I have no idea. I have no idea how he would be like. Next we have Heath Burns. Oh my gosh, he's absolutely baby. Why did Heath and Abby not become canon? I'm kind of mad. Sure, he's a bit clumsy and ruins a lot of things, but he means no harm. We love him, and y'all don't appreciate him, and it's kind of saddening. So after this video, I hope you stain Heath Burns, and if you're not, get out of here. Thank you. I just think that Heath would probably set Ever After High on fire, then get detention from Headmaster Grimm. But he would make some friends during detention because some of the people that are in Monster High that are baby would be pretty good in Ever After High because that show is soft. So I'm going to give Heath I'll give him a 7 out of 10. For effort. Holt Hyde, oh my gosh, no, they're not ready for his power yet. No. He has the same energy as Melody Piper, but no. The energy is completely different. Hyde is the absolute over-the-top, hyped-up monster that I've seen on Monster High, and they're just not ready for it. He would yell, probably get detention, and be friends with Heath Burns. Aren't they cousins? So I'm gonna give him a 1 out of 10. They are not ready for his power yet. Howling Wolf, she's just like the new generation of monsters, but like she's one of those monsters that are like, I wish I was popular. Like, what? Calm down and wish for something good. Like, I don't know, unlimited chicken nuggets or something. Like, come on now, be useful with your wishes. Gigi Grant was so disappointed, and when the Gigi is disappointed, it just disappoints me and the fandom. I don't know, I never seen the next generation of Ever After High anything, so I'm gonna give her a 5. No, a 3. No, a 4. Yeah, we're gonna give her a 4. Not because they're not ready for her power, but because she just seems like this stereotypical teenager. So, not really. Jackson. Oh, Jackson. Oh. If Ever After High isn't ready for Holt's power, I don't think Jackson can come. But if they were different people, if they were absolutely different people, not the same person, Jackson would do pretty okay. I mean, he was okay with the normie school in Ghoul's Rule. He was happy, but he was a little bit too optimistic. But I feel like he'd be friends with Dexter. They kind of look the same a little bit, but only because he's just like, wow, no one hates me. This is awesome. He'd just be too excited all the time. He's kind of soft. So we're gonna give him a 7.5 out of 10. Jennifer, oh my god. We're not ready for her power. We are not ready for her to walk down the hall and just steal this show like that. Y'all seen Scaris? Like, if you watch Scaris, could you imagine competing against her? Y'all seen whenever we saw Jennifer the first time, she threw the sword in the air and he did her little fire thing and then make it a belt? I just leave right then and there. Girl, I ain't competing with her like that. They're not ready for her. They're not ready for her at all. She'd kind of have the same vibes as Charisse, because some of the Ever After High guys, like, what is it with not allowing girls on the team? Yeah, they don't allow the girls on their team at first, and then later on Mattel shows them, oh, the girls can do anything guys can do, because that's what Charisse did, and that's how they did it in Friday Night Frights in Monster High. But Jennifer would absolutely dominate all the other guys. So that's why I'm gonna give her a low score, because they're not ready for her. I'll give her a 1 out of 10. She should not be at a school that's so soft, because she is bad. Next we got Kala. She owned Great Scarier Reef. They totally did Lagoona so dirty. I did like the new outfits or whatever. Gil looked pretty amazing. But anyways, back to Kala. Kala is just like your typical evil girl. Like, she would just have the same vibes as Fabel, and like she would keep the secret like Charisse about her parents. But she owned Great Scarier Reef, and because she owned a movie, she bad. So they're low-key not ready for her, but she could dominate Ever After High with Fabel. So I think she'd be right in the middle. So I'm gonna give her a 5 out of 10. Now we're going to the next one, which is Kiyomi Sweetheart. Could it get any more baby than that? Probably can, but like, can we? I love her. I love her character. Like, all the LGBTQ characters is coming out, and Kiyomi is one of them. We love to see it. Anyways, she's absolutely baby. She's kind of like Michelle, has the same baby vibes. She's just in that little group of babies. It's a full-time commitment for her. That's her job, to be baby. That's all, period. So I would do Luna Matthews, but we didn't really, I mean, we saw her a lot, but we don't see a lot. So we're gonna probably skip her. I'm sorry. Ooh, Nephra. She has power. I mean, she's not as good as Cleo. She's a little manipulative, but kind of cute though. I mean, she's good. Like, in Boo York, no words. It's not that they're not ready for her. It's kind of in a bad way. Like, you know, in Boo York, how she was going to try to own Boo York. This is kind of how it's going to be. Well, I think she already graduated and is out of school, but if she were Ever After High, they're not ready. A 0 out of 10, like a literal 0. Like, we cannot let her in.
Ooh, get back! Let me in! I be the IGGY!
Nathan, come on now, bye legend. Oh my gosh, loved him in Freaky Fusion. He is probably the co-owner of that movie. Absolutely loved him. So I think he'd do pretty good. Sure, he's clumsy, but come on now. Y'all seen him in the movie. Absolute baby. We're gonna let him in. Unlike Nephra, no, we're gonna let him in. Maybe he'd be friends with Humphrey. I think he'd do pretty good, actually. We're gonna give him a 7.5 out of 10. Now next, we have Operetta. Not ready for her power, but we're ready for her power. You kind of feel me? She feels like Charisse, but with power, with experience in taking down sexist beasts. Y'all saw her in Friday Night Frights? Yeah, she was mad competitive. She might be a little mean, but come on now. We're not ready, but we are ready. I think she'd be absolutely great in taking down all the guys that just thinks that girls can't do nothing. Like, come on now. I'm gonna go ahead and give her a 7 out of 10 because we're not ready for her, but we're ready for her. You know what? I said that too much. I'm going to stop now. Next person. Like I said, I was only going to do characters that have a little bit more screen time, but Portergeist, oh my gosh, he's like my favorite. Like, he and Spectra owned Haunted. Like, that's one of my favorite movies. I absolutely love that movie. Porter and Spectra are like such an underrated couple. I love that dynamic. I just love it all. And y'all are not giving them the attention that they deserve, and it saddens me. I just think he just have kind of fun with it. I don't know how to describe it. He just had fun with it. So he just like paint all the time, and then probably like he might get in trouble for it. Like if he was ever in an episode, like if he was ever to paint on all the lockers, and like he'd get in trouble a lot, but then like some art club come in, hey, and instead of doing it on all the lockers, why don't you join our club? And then he joined the club, and then they have fun. If you ever make an episode, please do that. Please do that. We'll give him a 6 out of 10. Next, we have Rebecca. Rebecca, she's so baby. I think she'd fit so well with all the other characters. Like, nothing's really wrong about her. Yeah, I think it'd be hard for her to be in the Ever After High universe because she uses so much old-timey type of devices to do, like, her homework and assignments. But, you know, in that one episode when the power went out and they had to do their homework online, so it'd be kind of hard for her. And for that, I'm going to give her a 9.5. If Ever After High was able to do like a non-devices, I don't know, if they just didn't do like online classes or online assignments, I think she'd be absolutely fine. She'd be fine with it. Then now we have Rochelle. Oh my gosh, French excellence. Girl, I am jealous. Y'all saw her, man? That's Garrett right there. Come on now. I mean, she's absolutely amazing. She's always wanted to swim and she wanted to dance, but she wasn't able to, and some people bullied her about it, like Operetta. But they did her wrong in that episode. They did Operetta wrong. Like, come on now. She's not that mean. But she deserves to dance. Let her dance. Let her be friends with Justine Dancer and teach her the ropes or something. I don't know. But she would fit in so well. She's baby. Like, come on now. And for that, I'm gonna give her a 8 out of 10. And yeah, that'll just lead us to our next one. Sarina. Oh my gosh, absolutely baby. The oddball that we never got a lot of screen time with, but you know what? If she was ever in Ever After High, I think she'd be pretty okay. I mean, I feel like sometimes she'd get a little bullied for getting distracted off of different things, and like people would kind of yell at her like, Sarina, like, what are you doing? Hello, we're supposed to do this assignment and you're like making a tower of fruit? Yeah. But she'd kind of be a little bit friends with Briar. With Sarina, she gets distracted, but with Briar, she sleeps. So it's kind of the same energy. So I think Sarina would be pretty okay, except for all the people that are like, hello, why are you gonna get distracted? Because in like, is it like magicology class or like some chemistry class? Like if she gets distracted and like blows up the school, yeah, people would probably blame her. Next, we have Skeleta. Okay, Skeleta had a little bit more screen time, but we didn't really see her so much, but we saw her in a couple of episodes. We don't really know much about her but she's so sweet. She's so sweet, and I'll give her that. So just because I don't know much about her, I'm going to give her a 6 out of 10. Yeah, but it's just fun because like she's so with her culture. She just loves her culture so much and she embraces it. So it's kind of be like the same energy as following your destiny and like embracing your destiny that you have. So I think she'd be kind of okay with it. So maybe I'll bump it up to a 6.5 or like a 7. Whatever you guys want to think about, whatever. Spectra Vondergeist, come on now. Y'all decided to replace her with Ari? Shh, no thank you. Like, absolutely not. But Spectra, she would give all the tea. I mean, I think that she would be kind of rival with Blondie Lot. And like, if Spectra was ever in Ever After High, she would like keep herself a secret. So like, Blondie would be like kind of pissed. So I wanted to do the story first, but no, Spectra did it first. And then later on, Spectra is caught. And then they become friends and then do like the whole newscast together and have fun. Like, I love that dynamic. We love to see it. So I think she'd go pretty good. I kind of like that dynamic that I just thought about with Blondie. Okay, I'm going to give her a 7. I'll give her a 7.5. Now, Toralei. Ooh, like she's one of the owners of the show. Like without her, some of the great things might not happen. She didn't really play a big role in Scaris, but come on now. Y'all saw what she did in Why Do Ghouls Fall in Love? Y'all saw that? Like she just wanted to do that for pure fun. And y'all saw the drama that happened. Also, Valentine being a closeted gay, we love to see it. And not the right time, whatever, but Anyways, Toralei, are you okay? Does your back hurt from carrying the show? Goodness. But I think she just had like the same energy as Fabel. But no, she's a little bit more powerful than Fabel. Like, Toralei does it for fun. Fabel does it because she doesn't get what she wants. But Toralei just does it for the pure fun and entertainment. I just don't think we're kind of ready for her. I'll give her a 6 out of 10. Because if we ever put her in Ever After High, it'll be full chaos. I promise you, she will not hesitate. If she ever finds the Evil Queen's mirror, she'd break it again. She'd break it again. And then we're going to our last couple ones. So now Twyla. Twyla is more of a shy ghoul. I don't really know how I feel about her. She's like real sweet, but she's kind of shy. But she's like those supportive friends. So we love to see it. I think she'd also kind of be friends with Michelle, but probably a lot more other monsters. Like, you know, the background characters. I just feel like she'd be friends with them sometimes. I need a little more screen time with my children. Like, come on. Don't be shy. Make a comeback. Don't use the reboot though. Just come back with the original ideas. Thank you. Now, this is going to be our last one, which is going to be Venus Flytrap. Well, no, Venus Mick Flytrap. Ooh. Okay, love her. She's baby. She would absolutely fit in. She would absolutely fit in. There's probably going to be a garden behind Ever After High, and she'd totally use it. She's going to make her own greenhouse. Like, come on. Home Evilnomics. You know how Apple did in that one episode where she made like a plant or whatever, and they have to make plants. I just think that she'd like absolutely have fun with that. She'd probably make multiple projects of like having her own evil plants because she absolutely loves plants so much. It's crazy. Like, she can be bad if she wants to. She'd be a pretty good character in the Ever After High universe. So for that, I'm going to give her an 8 out of 10. And that's pretty much all of the characters that I feel that fit with the whole situation. Other than that, thank you for watching. If you have your own little opinions, or if you want to add more characters, it'd be fun. So thank you for watching. Bye.